Assalamualaikum and good day. In this video, you are going to learn about measures of position. Measures of position give us way to see where a certain data point or value falls in a distribution. And the most common measures of position are quartiles and percentiles. In this video, we are going to focus on quartiles. Quartiles are descriptive measures that split the ordered data into 4 quarters. Let's say you have a data like this. The dots here represent your data. Now we are going to split this data into 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So this value, the first quarter means 25% of the data. Okay. Second quarter is another 25%. Third quarter is another 25%. Fourth quarter is another 25%. So for the first quartile is Q1. The value of Q1 lies here. And then we have Q2 for the second quartile. Q2 is actually our median value. And the last one, we have the third quartile, Q3. So Q3 is the value that falls on this line here. First quartile, Q1, is actually a positional value where 25% of the observations are smaller and 75% are larger than the value. Based on this data just now, first quartile is located here on this line. So from here you can see that 25% of the data are smaller than the value of Q1, while another 75% of the data are bigger than this Q1 value. Right? And then second, we have the second quartile, Q2, or a median, our median value. You learned about this before in measures of central tendency. Median is a positional value where 50% of the observations are smaller and another 50% are larger than the value of the median. Okay, so from this illustration, median value or the Q2 value is located here. Okay, so it is actually the middle value. So for the median, 50% of the data are smaller than the median value, and the other 50% are bigger than the median value. And lastly, we have the third quartile, Q3. Q3 is a positional value where 75% of the observations are smaller and 25% are larger. Okay, so in this diagram here, Q3 is located here. This is our Q3, the value of Q3. So 75% of the data, these 75% of the data are smaller than the value of Q3, and the other 25% of the data are bigger than this Q3. Okay, let's proceed with the quartiles for ungrouped data. Okay, for the first quartile, step number 1, you need to arrange the data in ascending order. Second step, find the location of Q1 using this formula. Okay, n plus 1 over 4, n refers to the number of observation. And then the next step, find the value of Q1 based on the location from the second step. Okay. For the third quartile, the steps are quite similar to the first quartile, but only differ in the formula for position of the third quartile. So the first step is to arrange the data in ascending order. Second step, find the location using this formula. For Q3, the location is 3 multiplied with n plus 1 over 4. Okay, because it is third quarter, 3 over 4. So 3 times with n plus 1 over 4. And the last step, find the value of Q3 based on the location that you have identified in step number 2. And please note that for the second quartile, the Q2 value we are not going to discuss today since we have discussed this in our previous class. Q2 is just the same as the value of median, right? Okay, let's try this example. The data below shows the amount in Ringgit Malaysia spent by 10 students in a cafeteria for a week. Find the first and the third quartile of the data, hence interpret the results. So we need to find the Q1 and also the Q3. Okay, so first step is to arrange the data in ascending order. So we are going to start with the smallest value. So the smallest value is 10. Okay, and after that we have the number 30, 40, and so on until the largest number 70 here. So that is the first step. Second step, find the position or find the location of Q1 and Q3. So for Q1, the location of Q1 is n plus 1 over 4. For Q3, the position of Q3 is 3n plus 1 over 4. Okay. So for Q1, our n is the number of observation, bilangan data. So in this data, we have 10 value, 10 observation. So n is equals to 10. So 10 plus 1 over 4. So 11 over 4. 2.75. For Q3, it is 3 times with 10 plus 1 over 4. So 3 times 11 over 4, 33 over 4. So 8.25. Okay. Please note that these two values are the value for the position only, not the value of Q1 and Q3. Okay. It is the position value, okay, the location value. Yes. Next step, you need to identify the Q1 and Q3 value based on this position that we have identified in second step. Next, the third step. Okay, let's start with the Q1 first. So for Q1, the position is 2.71. Okay, the position is 2.75. Alright. Okay, now based on the data that you have arranged just now, this is the data. Please name the position for each value. Okay, this is the first position, this is the second position, and so on until the 10th position. Okay, the position of Q1 is 2.75. So we need to refer to the second position, and we need another position of 0.75. Alright, so now the second position is this number 30. Okay. Next to the second position is the number 40. Right. Okay, so our Q1 value, okay, is equals to this value 30 because this 30 is located on the second position, plus with, since we need another additional position here, 0.75, so 30 plus 0.75 multiply with, alright, then the third position is 40, so you need to find the difference between these two values. So now difference between 40 and 30, so 40 minus 30. So this is the value of Q1. Okay, simplify your answer. 30 plus 0.75 times with 10. So the value of Q1 is 37.5. Alright. Okay. Next, for Q3, the position of Q3 is 8.25. So our Q3 value is located at the 8th position, plus we have another additional position of 0.25. Okay. So based on our arranged data, the 8th position is the value here, 60. So our Q3 value equals to 60 plus with, okay, since we have this additional position here, so 60 plus 0.25 multiply with the next number after 60 is the number 61. Okay. So we need to find the difference between these two numbers. So 61 minus with 60. Okay. Okay, next simplify. 60 plus 0.25 multiply with 1. So the Q3 value is equals to 60.25. Right? Okay. Alright, so now refer back to the question. This data is about the amount in Ringgit Malaysia. So your final answer, you must have the unit RM. So our Q1 value is RM 37.5 and our Q3 value is RM 60.25. Okay, next we must give interpretation of these two values. So how to interpret our Q1 and Q3 values? Q1 is equals to RM 37.5. So this value means about 25% of the students spend below 37 ringgit 50 cent, and other 75% of the students spend more than 37 ringgit 50 cent. Okay. So how about Q3? Our Q3 value is RM 60.25. So how to interpret this data? So I leave this for you to try. Please write your answer in the comment section below. Okay, that's all for this video. For the next video, you will learn about box and whisker plot. Okay, please stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much for watching.